started saying this march is on an incessant invasion of bandits in Katsina State, particularly Katsina Central Senatorial District. That's my zone. The Senate did not the recent but incessant trend of attacks, kidnaps, and killings unleashed by bandits on the unusually very peaceful Katsina State, which has brought commercial, religious, and social activities in the state to a standstill, resulting to loss of lives, displacement of residents of towns and villages, destruction of livestock, and crippling businesses, Mr. President and distinguished colleagues. Observe particularly these attacks in towns of Batsari, Ruma, Tsohuwar Kasai, and Ergamji in Batsari local government. Also, Gobirawa and Sabawa in Safana local government, where 117 persons have been killed. Kurpi local government area, where that's my local government, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, where 49 people were kidnapped and all their belongings stolen. And also in Mara Zamfarawa in Damusa local government, in Shimpida village, in Jibia local government, where 20 people were killed, 30 people kidnapped, and 10 vehicles were completely banned after looting all the belongings and goods of the victims. This is a terrible situation, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. In fact, you need to go there and see how all these villagers left their villages because, of course, many people were killed, and also burnt their vehicles, looted their property, and also kidnapped their women and girls. All those mature girls, like for example now in Kurpi local government, the 49 kidnapped, all were women, only one person. So could you imagine how can we continue on this situation, Mr. President? Because that this attack took a new turn since February, when a senior military officer and 6 others were killed in Kasai village. Since that, it has been a harvest of killings and kidnapped most of residents and indigents, most of whom are farmers whose businesses of planting, nurturing, and harvesting of food crops in the state have been hampered. So if we continue this one, if we allow this one to continue, Mr. President, definitely this farmer will not even go to the farm. And then what it means? It means there's going to be, hungry. So this is have to do something, Mr. President. Recognize that despite the effort of the state government to dialogue and negotiate with the bandits to bring in a lasting solution to this problem and a complete determination of attacks and killings, there were still reported cases of banditry in some local governments, like Batsari and my local government, Kurpi local government, indicating that urgent action is needed to nip these attacks in the bud. Mr. President, this is what is happening now in Katsina State, which of course usually was not like this. Acknowledges the effort of the federal government through the security agencies that have continued to engage these bandits in battle towards securing our land, people, and property. Accordingly, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, we want to urge the federal government through the National Emergency Management Agency to urgently come to the aid of injured and IDPs in the various parts of the state to ameliorate their needs by the provision of relief materials. Since all this happened, Mr. President and the distinguished colleagues, not a single material was taken to these people that were affected. Up to this moment, NEMA has never shown face there. And of course, how could this one happen? These are the people that were killed, kidnapped, even sent them away from their villages. But up to now, up to this moment, Mr. President, nothing has been done by NEMA. Secondly, urges the federal government to strengthen the security agents to gear up their activities in the state so as to forestall further attacks on these people. Constitute and mandate an ad hoc committee of the Committees of Defense and the Army, Navy, Air Force, National Security and Intelligence and Establishment and Public Services to see to the implementation of this motion. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, this is what is happening in Katsina, of course, which before it was not like that. So, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I so move.
Presenting Katsina North. Mr. President, I want to share in the sentiment and on the issue of security in my state. It is ironic that we have to be discussing with senators today. You brought it to the fore. Mr. President, although some of these incidences happened a long time ago, they are not as if they are happening today, but yet there are still security challenges that we have to find a way around. Most of these attacks were prior to when the northern governors, or about 5 governors of Zamfara, Kebbi, Katsina, Sokoto, and even part of Niger prefects, which are equivalent to our governors, that sat down to hammer out a deal and find a lasting solution to the problem. Although the solution was controversial and not everybody was happy with them, but anything that will secure the life and property of our people, I think it's worth taking that route. And so far, so good. It has not yet completely done, or the security challenges are still around, but they have gone to the minimal level. There is the governor's initiative suggested a way of finding a lasting solution to this, and one of which was that the bandits were willing to discuss and find solution to the problems. And the negotiations are still ongoing, and we have begun to noticeably see improvement in the security. However, I'm not in any way undermining the importance of this subject, which is the security of our people, irrespective of where they are in Nigeria, as it is well known that one of the cardinal or most important responsibility of any government is to secure its people. So, Mr. President, I'm totally aligning myself with Senator Barkia, but I am equally saying that we should revisit our issues as you rightly said. I have always mentioned here that with the security apparatus we have, with the number of personnel we have, there is no way, there is no magic that we employ. I kept saying that we have just barely over 1 million security personnel in all our organizations, be it civil defense, be it police, soldier, and everything. And there is no way, there is no miracle that you inject. We equally need to look at our networks, that is the communication sector. And I'm sure the minister has started doing well. In fact, he just gave an order that any SIM card that is not registered should not be allowed to operate. This is one step that I think can listen. The second and third thing, which is very important, is to make sure that we capture in the coming budget, to capture how we are going to invest into modern technical security equipment, security gadgets, be it drones and so on and so forth, so that we can be able to help the government to stabilize the security situation in Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues.